American Medical Review is a national platform where science and art meet, where improving and preserving health and wellness take center stage, where the spotlight seeks out and shines on the healers and innovators. These editorial profiles, presented on public television, single out advancements in medical treatments, procedures, and services. Canada Foundation for Innovation was handpicked as a featured guest because of its commitment to promoting progress in the field of health and medicine. In October 1990, scientists from around the world formally began mapping out the estimated 30 to 35,000 human genes in DNA. And with this new era of research, developments into the understanding of diseases like cancer, epilepsy, and diabetes have also emerged.
The Human Genome Project was really about defining all the parts that make a human body, and this information for the parts list is actually found inside our cells, inside the nucleus, on the chromosomes. The Human Genome Project delivered the sequence of all the chromosomes, the lists of all the genes that actually make a human cell, and if we're bright enough, we can actually use this insight to target new therapies or new diagnostic tools and so on.
To help strengthen research, many nations are now assisting scientists, hospitals, and universities in their work. In 1997, the Canadian government established the Canada Foundation for Innovation, an organization that works with researchers and universities to create cutting-edge scientific infrastructures throughout their country.
The research in genomics activity across Canada is just bursting. It's blossoming. It's taking off in many different directions. It's happening in many parts of the country, and what that means is that we can attract the very best from around the world to come to Canada. It also means that those who are here who are very good don't have to leave the country in order to do first-rate research to do with genomics and the related field of bioinformatics and proteomics.
Dr. Patricia Tonin is an oncologist specializing in ovarian cancer. She believes applying genetic research to this disease will lead to better identification of women at high risk.
We're working on two main areas of research in our lab. The first is to identify markers which would identify women at increased risk for the inherited form of breast and ovarian cancer. And the other is to identify markers which will allow us to better define different types of ovarian cancers, markers that would be important as prognostic indicators. It's the last project, or the latter project, that is important in collaboration with the Montreal Genome Center, because they facilitate, or they have the technology which will allow us to identify candidate markers, which we then test in our laboratory.
Along with current research, new training centers are also being developed to help the next generation of scientists.
Providing these facilities and tools is incredibly important for training of the next generation, even for improving the current generation in effect. We have a program that's we call New Opportunities that is supporting newly hired faculty members and is giving them tools earlier in their career. Those people in turn are attracting graduate students who join them and work with them and work with the very best of facilities.
And we're looking at things in a much more global way. We're seeing disease states unfold over time in a way which we could never do before. It's not fishing anymore. It's actually very systematic research. And I think we're moving much faster because of the genomics and so on.
As nations and organizations continue to help researchers push the boundaries of science, they may also be mapping out a course that will make some of our most deadly diseases things of the past.
If you're going to train the next generation of students to become the next generation of scientists who are going to have the incredible breakthroughs that are happening so fast, you have to have the tools and the facilities. Canada Foundation for Innovation has been providing these tools, and those tools in turn are attracting the very best faculty members. They're keeping the very best faculty members. And in addition, these people in turn are attracting the very best of graduate students, not just from Canada, but from around the world. So this makes a very exciting training environment when you have that kind of capacity to do that kind of work.
We are preparing right now Canadian universities for the next 40 years. And we need to have a tremendous redeployment of our resources to be more in line with the future needs in research and in the formation of highly qualified manpower. So we need huge investment in new equipment, in new lab, and CFI just give us this kind of resources that we need.
Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there also is love of humanity. Once again, American Medical Review extends a special thanks to the companies and organizations that have risen to meet today's health and wellness challenges. This has been a presentation of WJMK,